If you can see the possibility of a bigger future, if you have dreams of making things happen, if you have hope for creating a better world, bring it to Butler University. Because this is where learning becomes experiencing and doing becomes accomplishing. Where intellect is recognized, talent is refined, aspirations are realized, and every bit of your potential is unleashed.
It begins with our mission and values, a culture of innovation and collaboration, achieving a global perspective beyond the classroom, turning education and theory into practice, developing lifelong interests and connections, and striving to make a difference in our communities. Marist College.
Welcome back to the EGF Power Series 2022. My name's Wes Rambo, and we've had a little switch out here because it was time for Janiro to head to bed. She's out in the UK, and so it's very late over there. But we are joined by Cuppa Frag, the one and only. Welcome to the stream, my dude.
Thanks, Emmy, man. Thanks so much for the invite. Happy to be here. Happy, excited, glad to see some high octane Valorant as well in this best of three to come. Getting to the maps very, very shortly. And saying, talking to the UK in English, yeah, that's pretty damn late. So committed to the calls. Are these teams going to be committed to the calls? Let's give a bit of a breakdown, Wes. What are we looking at here? This best of three.
We got Blue Hens up against Marist Esports. That is the quarterfinal we're taking a look at now. So we did see just previously Butler take down Sienna 2-0. That was a very exciting game in some respects, but in some respects, you know, we talked to Firsty on the broadcast, on the interview after, and they're feeling pretty confident. But we talked about their history as well with Blue Hens from Delaware, which is one of the teams that actually went really, really close with Butler. So that's something to see. You know, we had talked about that matchup. First, he was saying he was pretty confident up against Blue Hens, but now we are going to see what they are made of up against Marist Esports, who are have some history in this tournament. They played in that tournament in December. They also won pretty easily in the group stage, except to Georgetown, who's also in this tournament. So lots of threads to pull at here, Cuppa.
Oh yeah, lots to mull on, and definitely lots to get our teeth stuck into. With the maps, what are we going to be looking at for those maps? I was talking about a bit before, as we go right in there, thanks to the production on the ball, and let's see what the teams are going to have to take on it all today. Haven, Ascent, and Breeze. And as for those maps, what are the picks looking like, for example, for Ascent to start in Haven?
Yeah, it was a Blue Hens map pick on Ascent, and I'll really quick confirm, but I would assume that means Marist is going to pick Defense. Ascent, I believe, will be the first map, and so that's going to be Defense chosen by... Yes, there we go. That's going to be defending for Marist. There we go. Got it confirmed. So Marist going to be defending on Ascent first. And so that's going to be an exciting one. We didn't see Ascent in this previous series. As a matter of fact, there's no repeat maps. So that's going to be fun to see. I love casting all the maps that we can, all the different maps that we can in a day, Cuppa. But yeah, Blue Hens going for the Ascent pick. And, you know, to me, I always like to see this because there's a really nice combination, a really nice balance on Ascent of the fragging potential, the loose playstyle, the puggy, the NA type of Valorant, plus some really good tactical opportunities over on Ascent as well, of course, with, you know, things like the Killjoy being able to enter, things like the Cosmic Divide getting a lot of mileage on a map like Ascent. So that's what I'm looking for over on the side of Blue Hens, who will start on the attack, and we already see both the Killjoy and Astra locked in.
It's really a buffet of Valorant when you come to Ascent, and I've heard it compared to like the Dust 2 of Valorant. Sure. If you're not familiar with Dust 2 over CSGO, most big, most played map. And of the agents you're seeing here, you see your Sovas, you're seeing Astras. Intel is so very important along with that mid control. Smokes, Recon, and mid control on the Sen. You have got it down in a nutshell. So double Astra setup, mid control is going to be a priority for these two teams.
Yeah, no question about it. So mid control is definitely something really interesting to look at with Ascent in general, because, you know, some teams on defense do choose to just completely leave that mid position open, and you get the benefit, of course, of having stronger defenses on the two sites. But Ascent is a big map. The rotations are long, and so being able to get those rotations, if you allow mid control open, the attackers could be pushed up. They could be cutting off your ability to join your defenders who are actually defending the bomb site. So that's something to watch out for. Yeah, keep an eye on that mid presence. There's never a map of Ascent goes by where that isn't something that can be focused on as, the difference maker in a lot of rounds. So we do have Marist, like we said, starting over on the defender side. We got University of Delaware, which will, probably switch between Delaware and Blue Hens, but Delaware is on your screen, so I don't mind saying Delaware pretty commonly there. They're going to be starting over on the attacking side, and I didn't do this last time, Kappa, because we got into the action really quickly, but I just want to make sure we don't have any unusual pronunciations. Doesn't look like it. Safadi, Javster, Brownballa, Relay, and John over on the attacker side on Delaware. Johnny Silverhand, Argos, Kingpin, Lucky, and Yellow Bros on the defenders for Marist. And we already have a little bit of info gathering, a more forward default coming in from Marist, but it's Yellow Bros to push forward, gain some info about that Killjoy utility.
There's Rambo at Cup of Frag at your service here for the EGF Power Series. Esther 3. Join us. Welcome. Happy Friday. Almost.
You're almost there. We're already there, We're working, but this is a vacation for me, man. Casting NA Valorant, casting collegiate Valorant, nothing better in the world. It's an absolute treat. And these two teams slowing it down. These two teams, of course, playing for a berth in that finals tournament, skipping that group stage if you manage to win. Here comes the attack onto the B site, but it's going to be Yellow Bros to defend. Relay already on the initiation to take that one down, and the spike will go down. A 4 versus 5 retake is on the way.
4 versus 5, and yeah, indeed. Packers, lots to do here. They are in sight, though. They're barricaded up. Players just crawling in. Just peeling those corners. Parcel on Christmas Eve. Not doing anything too quickly. Quite precariously. Get a dink off, though. That's so important. And the jungle coming in faster as well. That's huge.
Huge coming in, but it's going to be Safadi staying on site, and no, Argos to trade. And what was that from Kingpin? 3 gigantic headshots, right one after the other. Unbelievable situation there going on to that first pistol round, and it's going to be Marist to take it. The first defending round goes over to Marist there with Kingpin, hitting a just absolutely nuts 3K.
Juicy 3K,
juicy
man.
Indeed.
Kingpin carrying the team in the backpack for the win in the pistol round, man. That's sick. That's what you want to see out of your Astra too. Out of your Astra.
Well, and you got to say, it was a nice entry there by Relay, getting onto the site so quickly. One of the problems was they didn't manage to leave anybody in B main, which I always like to see on those attacks onto the B side of Ascent. So that's something to look out for if they switch that up, of course, in the pistol round. You are playing things a little differently, as now A is focused. All 5 members, all they want is the plant here.
Just give me the plant, buddy. Gimme. Nothing's going to be given at all. Nothing for free. There's a gatekeeper. Man to pass and to see. Spike is going to be in sight, though. That's the good news, but the bad news is 5 versus 3 Wes.
5 versus 3 with Kingpin going down, and they don't manage to get the spike down and don't manage to get anything really out of that. That's a pretty successful anti-eco there from Marist to manage to only lose 1 player, holding on to their Spectres and going to be up against, and actually now that I look at it, that was a force buy from Delaware, so they're going to they're gonna just go with pistols now. We're gonna get probably a free 3rd round from Marist in this situation, and we saw this last game too, players not saving after losing the first pistol round, as long as they get that spike plant down, get that money to buy up some Spectres. But in this situation, I'm being told, by the way, it's Marist, not Marist. Thank you for the correction there. These are schools that are out of my attention zone for but not for long, of course, Kappa. Yeah, out of my postal code by a long shot. That's for sure. I'm down here. Yeah.
We'll get it. Us Canadians will get it. And talking of getting it, Yellow Bro's gonna get an entry frag. Breaks the ice, gets the first blood the round for Marist. Getting it too. We'll get there.
Right here. Absolutely. You gotta get those reps in. Gotta get some practice on the pronunciations. That's why I list the players. It's my little casting secret, Kappa. Nobody ever. Now everybody in this stream is gonna know, but nobody say anything. It's my little secret when I list off those players, is to make sure I don't stumble on the names later on. But who knows if it'll work? In any case, they might be stumbling on the way to this site because they're running into the gravity well. Kingpin is continuing to dominate. Relay finally trades it out, but it's damage being done already in the 4 versus 2. Now 4 versus 1. Relay not long for the world. 3-0 for Marist College. And that's 4 players remaining up against University of Delaware, who now will finally get to buy up. But you can see still, they are able to get most of that utility up. They are able to get their guns that they need. But even Javster already having to go down onto light armor, and Delaware just not have been able to manage their economy that well, seeing as so many players remaining for Marist College, and they're still holding on to those specters.
The bonus. It's a triple bonus. You see double bonus, sure. Triple bonus, confidence. That doesn't even explain confidence. That's like a double down of confidence. They are so aware of what they can do here, and they're like, okay, well, things are going well. We've not really had that many casualties. Save it out. Let's stack up the bank. Let's aim to get 7K going into that 4th round.
Yeah, and the Blue Hens were one of these teams that I was looking at. They played a bunch of these, so they played this past tournament as well. They played a lot of group stage rounds. I was looking to them to maybe be one of the teams to work their way forward, but in this case, it doesn't seem to be looking as great for them. They do get a couple of entries, though, and this may be the first opportunity for them to put one on the board. Again, they are against the bonus, so getting onto the site with a 5 versus 3 is already a good start. Here comes Yellow Bros to try and find something, has to dash away after getting a little info, but still does not know about Brown Balla sitting over there on Cat. Yellow Bros is in a lot of danger here, and there we go. Brown Balla does pounce on that opportunity. 4 versus 2 and a 4 versus 1 in the end. Safadi to finish it off, and that's going to be University of Delaware cracking their way onto that board.
Cracking the game open. It's about time, and you know what? It's not about time. It's perfect timing. If you can get a round in my eyes, I think before sort of 5 rounds are into the game, it's something where that mental block, you just move it aside and you can run on forward. Talking of that, the full buy still present for both teams. So we are going to see the full roster of rifles, the mid-contact looking like it's going to be imminent as well.
Mid-peak coming through, and they're only going to find that Sage. I told you to look out for that mid-presence, and yeah, indeed, Marist do, have presence there, but actually, mid has not been challenged even once so far in this game. They haven't gone up there. It's been pretty stagnant to one side or the other. Oh, Yellow Bros gets away with murder there. Brown Balla has his head removed in that situation. Going to be Marist going up 5-4. As once again, that gravity well definitely doing a lot of work. Kingpin already showing themselves as a star player on this Marist squad and getting so much info as Johnny Silverhand is the one to collect. Here's a 5 versus 3 retake onto A site. They haven't even got the spike down yet, Kappa, and Yellow Bros isn't gonna let him do it. Goes in for more. Relay is trying to find one. Relay has something to say about that, baby. Seekers are gonna come out 1 versus 2. Relay's trying to go for the ace.
This could be a beautiful ace. This could be a masterpiece of an ace. Cool Picasso. Big things to come. The 4K's coming through. Can we see an ace? What a way!
Oh, Relay had it so close right there in their sights, but it's Kingpin. Who else? The big bad villain of Marist College coming in to shut down the hopes and dreams of our hero Relay there with 4 frags. 3 of them were within like half a second. It's going to be Marist putting another one on the board, and you got to just reset from that. Relay knows there was a chance of that ace happening, and that there's going to be another attempt very soon.
Revealing area.
And it's taken away. Turn around here. Another opportunity. The updraft comes through. Brave, noble attempts there. Late to Fury. Trying to do something. Lockdown comes in. The Cosmic Divide comes through. It's Old City.
Yeah, one's going to be detained. The Sova's not even trying to move, so you are going to get... Oh, no, actually, the lockdown does get taken out, and so that's going to cause them to rotate, but look at this rotate going over here. They do get found by the trademark, but they still have a pretty much wide-open A site if they pounce now. The rotators are moving to answer, though. Going to be a 5 versus 5 retake situation. Relay pushing up close underneath Heaven, and that's going to be the plant coming down in a safe spot. Hard to cover this, though, Kappa. We're going to need some lineups.
Yeah. Looking to line up. A line up for a blind. Eye for an eye. Late. Yeah, he gets the 4K last round, picks up another frag. Consolation prize. The blades come through right into the face. To the dome. It's a 3 versus 1. Make it a 2 versus 1.
Kingpin. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm projecting a little bit here, but Kingpin has a play style that makes you think of the actual villain Kingpin. You know, just absolutely crushing people when they're trying to make a clutch. It's always Kingpin to finish so far, and so who will arise as the hero of the city in order to try to take Kingpin down? Only time will tell as Marist College, I'll get it eventually. Marist College goes up 5-1 up against University of Delaware Blue Hens, who are trying to lay the golden egg here.
Let's do an exercise between ourselves. Just say something 3 times you remember it, right? Marist,
all right.
Marist. Okay.
You know, are we the Marist player? The Marist students in chat are gonna have to tell us if we do this. Are we summoning some sort of Sandman like boogeyman going on here? But you know, we will take our chances here. Marist.
There you go.
Is 5-1 in this match so far.
3 ults too, man. 3 ults on the table, not just a dominant lead, a dominant ability to feed that lead. The hardest Fury comes through. Another attempt to just push back these attackers, and not just push them back, knock them to the ground, and one play removed from that hardest Fury.
4 versus 4 now, and mid control gained, and you can see Relay once again pushing up forward. I like when Skies play like this. Completely set up for the entry frag position. Kingpin gets flashed out. Kingpin is still ready. Kingpin's not letting you past the gate. Relay gets taken down. They go into B, but there's still Yellow Bros waiting over on the side, and Argos already coming in from spawn. Argos spamming through the henchman for the Kingpin, who finds the final kill. 6-1. Marist College continue their dominance.
I'd love to have a sneak peek at that scoreboard. I've just met you, production, but I love you. Love at first sight, because you can see right in front of you. Behold to your eyes. It's an Astra show right now, 11-4. Yeah. And Sky as well. So you've had a lot of focus on Relay, just coincidentally throughout this broadcast. And we've talked about Kingpin too, as you've heard that ringing from our vocal cords. But for good reason. It's not the most likely top fraggers that you expect to see at any level of Valorant. Very impressive for both top fraggers so far.
Yep, absolutely impressive there. And, you know, yeah, Relay, like I said, I do love the play style of, you know, creating so much space, pushing up so quickly. But if you want to peek off that flash, you got to come correct. And that is not what ended up happening for Relay in that last round. Kingpin turned away just enough, and Relay didn't pounce quite soon enough. Now Kingpin to hold over in the grass position, backing off of the Nebula as site access is gained but quickly denied. Johnny Silverhands there on the off angle for the kill on Javster. Now a 4 versus 5, and Delaware have to regroup a little bit here. They are still finding their way onto A. Marist happy to play the retake.
Some money, no problems. Oh, really? Hunters Free comes through. Seeing some successful Hunters Free so far this one. Not really going to yield too much. Push it back a little bit. The wallbang trying to do something, but the Odin overpowers it. It's a 2 versus 1.
remaining.
And there's Yellow Bros playing around that cosmic divide, but Relay gets his revenge. That's gonna be Marist College falling to the sky. We knew it was coming, Cuppa. We absolutely knew it, with Relay going on 14 frags. The next player up is 4. Relay is got the team on his back for Delaware right now, and you know that's somebody I'd want to be in their backpack at this point, because Relay is really shouldering it well.
You said something that I don't know if you meant to, but I'm going to go back and recap. Relay's Revenge. It sounds like a movie title. Relay's Revenge. I'd see it. You know what? It might just be something we see in the second of this best of 3. If Marist are going to be taking this as it looks here, not if Relay has anything to do with it. With 3K, can we see that be built upon today?
Lucky, the same spot. Lucky always just watching from a very passive position on mid, but it's Argos this time. Will they expect this? Turns away. John doesn't even check that. Argos with another one, and Javster finally trades it, but will that be enough? The 2 frags are the price, the toll to gain access to the mid-market area and as well into the B boathouse. Here's Yellow Bros trying to continue to charge. Yellow Bros doesn't manage to hit the first shot, has to fight against 3 players, and they give him the 1 versus 1s. Javster's already there. Yellow Bros with another headshot. Yellow Bros is such a strong player on this position, but it's Brown Balla to answer right back there. The res comes through. 1 versus 3 situation for Brown Balla, and Lucky's gonna take him out just fine. 7-2 for Marist, and Yellow Bros was the hero of that round, no question. That was so good, but you got to shout out Argos as well for mid.
Starting to see, and yeah, I'm liking this timeout. I think this is a very, very relevant timeout to where the mood is right now. It's a talk of, we're so close, we're getting frags, we're just not making progress. What's happening? What's going wrong? And it comes down to a very, very simple thing that we saw early in the game that got them 2 rounds. It's mid control. It's such a I say it's simple. It's not in actuality. In practice, it's really not. But in theory, mid control, it's got to be taken into very creative. And they've tried a few different variations of it. It's not working. What's next? Maybe a pincer movement, Wes? Well, what's missing from their repertoire right now for Delaware?
It's the villain storyline continuing to manifest, because Kingpin and the boys are setting up a trap in mid. They're letting that mid control come through, right? But Delaware are taking the bait, and Marist are ready to deal with mid control every single time. They're playing deep insights. They're able to rotate carefully, and with their corners being checked, they are getting the advantage in those situations when Delaware has mid control. They know how to play against a team that has gained control of mid. And so, yeah, I think Lucky is just the bait right now. Lucky is just the carrot hanging on the stick, waiting for them to chomp. Yeah. And, you know, you got Argos, you got Yellow Bros ready to pounce. It's just really, really nice stuff on Ascent here from Marist so far. Delaware, you know, they have the fragging from Relay. We got to see some more individual capabilities, though, coming through. We got to see them get some of those opening picks besides just the sky. Otherwise, they're going to be in dire straits come defense.
They will be, and talking of that, they've already taken out the wall at mid. I think that's the fastest they have so far. They've been hot on it, but not that hot. Relay has been, I want to say, permanent presence over at Gardens. Is that supposed to be predictable at this point? Kingpin does seem to have some kind of read on this.
Kingpin always aware. Johnny Silverhand, though, is the one to find the opening frag, and Johnny Silverhand, like I said, playing in the extremities. Same thing as Yellow Bros is doing over on B. Johnny Silverhand is always ready from the corner, but Relay, ooh, I'm not sure if Relay really spotted the position there, but this time he does. Catches the barrel, great timing. It's going to be more kills coming in from Delaware, and they might be ready to break this win streak once again. Here comes Lucky up from heaven, has to play together with the Sova, who is close behind, looking for those peaks, doesn't manage to catch one, and in fact, the lockdown is popped just to secure this. They cannot push in unless if they find a way to take down this lockdown, and Argos is looking for it. Argos is trying, there it goes, but Relay punishes, and now Lucky's got to get out of there.
Yeah, no time.
No way, right? Yeah, no, get the Odin and get out. Yeah, that's the play. That's the play.
I think that's the right play too. Yeah, you're outnumbered, you're outgunned, and some great gunmanship. And I was about to say this, and I'm very glad that Delaware just proved it in just the fruition of the round. They're playing so well with their gunmanship. They've had some good picks so far. Off of that timeout, I think that was just IGL reel it in, take a breath, and let's just play to our comfort zone. And that right there, they played mid-control, but they played some good default picks as well. So the combination of that, absolute fire. And I see no reason why maybe even 4 to 5 rounds can come out of the cobwebs from Delaware.
Yep, absolutely. You and I have talked about this before, but I like the use of the ultimate there, even if they're in a 3 versus 2. You gotta you gotta expend those. You gotta guarantee the rounds where you've got the advantage. Better to use it and not need it, right? That's what we always say, and I think it's never more true than in a situation like that, where you just use it to secure the round as opposed to pull a round out of thin air. That's a far lower percentage play in general. So here's Johnny Silverhand now with the Tour de Force coming in, trying to find a pick over in mid. Gets jump peaked and actually gets a lot of pressure. So they're really focusing on this cat control and you know threatening tree. I like this because now he's backed out of tree. That's some good info gained by Delaware. They now have the threat of being in that spot. And indeed, they are going to move over towards the A site after getting a little bit more forward presence. Marist to hold on A with 2 players. It's Kingpin and Johnny Silverhand.
He does have the Tour de Force, has the boost as well. Gonna fall for the boost, but still somehow gets that headshot. How?
Just fire through that nebula. Bound to hit something as everybody was grouping up. Brown Balla gets hit by the trademark now, and Johnny Silverhand, mercenary, coming through and earning
Yellow Bros
his due. But Yellow Bros goes around and just is not ready for that mid rotation. This is a really nice way to use mid control. Back and forth through the map, getting all over, and now they've got a free B site to hit. They don't know it's open just yet, but they got some sort of idea because those 3 players have been revealed. Hunter's Fury to come through. Plant goes down. 4 versus 3 on the post plant.
Argos, great attempts using that Hunter's Fury to kind of flurry them away from default. But bad news bears for you, Argos. Bad news bears for your team. No one was there. Alternative plant. 4 versus 3.
Brown Balla taking up this very powerful position in B main. I'm a preacher of this position right here on a post plant. Very, very useful. And Brown Balla goes for 1 and gets a second headshot there onto Argos. And that's how you play a B post plant right there. University of Delaware starting to try to bounce back. A 7-5 half, they'd be totally happy with on Ascent.
I am so jacked to see this right now. And it might just be the coffee kicking in, but I think truthfully, it's the fact that Delaware's skill is starting to kick in. These aren't just random rounds. These all came off the back of that tactical timeout. They've changed the way they're working. They're being a lot more creative. And lo and behold, they've got rounds in the bag, baby. 7-5 half, why not? It's right there.
Power of a timeout can never be understated, folks. Do not forget what you've seen here today, although it's not over yet, of course. University of Delaware have got a few rounds off of that, but Marist have still shown their power on the defensive side of Ascent. They've shown their ability to adapt mid-round in a lot of cases, and of course their ability to frag is unquestioned at this point. But what about their ability to defend
I've got your trail
against another B hit? Argos now. Could get hit by the timing. Ends up backing off. There is the Seekers. Look at this. Look at the fake. This is unbelievable here from Delaware. They've put that Cosmic Divide down. They put the Seekers out. Everybody rotated over. They've got a free sight.
That is genius. Great pickup on that, lads. There was so many horns across the map. It was hard to make the read. Relay definitely going to make the read. Still anchored, holding off Cat for all the cavalry coming through. It might be too late, though.
I mean, yeah, they're in a 4 versus 5. They've got 4 players for the retake, and Delaware set up whatever positions they want right here. Yellow Bro's going to try to make their way in. Goes for 1, gets the info, but has to dash away. Time's ticking down. Relay with the flash. Relay goes for another. Backs off. This is only to delay Cuppa. Relay doesn't even have to peek at all. Yellow Bros gets the headshot in the end. Time continuing to tick down, but they move towards the site. John and Sapity going forward on the frags, spamming through the smoke, and they get them all down. Marist College falls again, and Delaware do complete that 7-5 half.
Marist, beware. Delaware, they're going to give you a scare. That's most certainly going to be a scare to finish that half out. They were in charge. They were the boss for so long.
How did that fake work? We gotta, somebody go back, like, clip that round, because the Cosmic Divide came out about the same time as the Seekers, and the Cosmic Divide wasn't particularly set up for an A hit. It was like just a huge over rotation by Marist in a situation where I'm kind of surprised that they did it that way. They were just rotated off the Seekers, if you look back, and you know, so cautious around Relay, so aware that Relay can make things happen that they completely leave the B site open, completely gamble on that. So, Yellow Bros. That is the power of the Sova right there. John with a great little combo play through the wall. That's already the advantage for Delaware in the first half of the second round.
Call him John Wick for what it's worth. That's a shot. It's a shot that you're going to remember going into the rest of the best of three. So painful. You're out of pistol rounds. Nothing you can do now apart from watch.
Johnny gives up some info. Taking down that turret in return. Relay going to play a little bit further forward now on the A site. They're not really... You can see... Look at the rotations as well. This time it's Marist who've kind of thrown a decent fake. They are distracting a lot. What is happening over on this B presence? Here's Kingpin to come in with more, and you Marist... I don't know. These over rotations are ridiculous. There's something going on. Something's getting into these people's heads, both sides right now. Because that rotation from Delaware was... I just don't know why they did it. I don't know why they did it at all. Maybe just suspecting the fake, trying to call the bluff. In this case, it's spams coming through. The spike is down. 3 versus 4 in the retake. And everybody's really on pistols.
They are. The recon for the recon. Everyone, it's like a UAV across sight. Ghost for Ghost is down to the 1-on-1. I have no idea how we've come to this round. And oh my goodness, tape up. Finish things up. Just hides in the corner. Low HP and says, I've got just enough to seal the victory. You might have taken my teammates, but you can't take me. What a bizarre round that was.
Very bizarre. Very bizarre.
Down to a 1-on-1 from everyone pushing heaven. Every single player, one by one, pushed heaven.
And just to cap it off, in that 1v1, the better weapon would have been the Classic. John jumps out there with the Sheriff. You want the Classic because it was a low HP player. Right click would have done the trick in this situation. So, yeah, John, an odd play in general to jump out like that with the Sheriff, but with the Classic would have been great. Here's the flash coming in, but Lucky's so ready. I like the idea from the flash, but they're pushing way out, and it is just going to be a flawless round from Marist on the anti-eco. So Delaware, they just gift around on a silver platter right there.
Call the landscapers as a clean up at Courtyard. Someone's tore up some turf. Someone tore up the flowers.
Yeah, looking a little spongy over there. Soaking into the grass, the dead bodies. But, you know, regardless of the pile up, it's going to be Marist now. 9-5. And it's Relay again. You know, Delaware in general started to look a bit more tactically sound after that timeout, but it's still Relay providing most of the firepower, it has to be said. So that's something to take a look at, you know, in the future, when in the future of this series, when the Hens continue to attempt to take down what, you know, clearly is a very difficult opponent. That firepower is going to come into play. Now, the A hit starts to come through, and once again, Marist plays slow.
Instead, he wins the race. It's winning the game so far. The race to take out Ascent. Looking cheeky little fake.
Oh, look at this, though. They're so ready for this. Astra in spawn, Jet in mid.
Yeah.
I think Astra spotted one. There's Javster. So ready for it. They've fragmented this rotation.
That's the problem as well when you full commit early on in a half. You just give the other team full map control, and there you have it. You're seeing the effect of that right now. Playing for a default isn't always the worst idea. It's just a bit of map presence. And
But look at the minimap right now. Look at all that blue. There's so much control right now is held by Delaware here. Yeah.
30 seconds left.
And they're being funneled in. A couple of kills coming through, and so it does go to a 3 versus 3, but the relay flash is the one to drop that spike, and now Lucky's in an impossible situation. It's Johnny Silverhand not able to support, but instead, yeah, just walks right out with the headshot. 2 seconds, 2 versus 2, 10 seconds remaining, getting close to 2 seconds. This spike has to go down. You gotta stick it right here, right now. Safety goes for the peak. Lucky gets the kill. If Marist come out with the win here, it would be a miracle, but they are working on it right now. Got their rosaries on. And Safety is alone, trying to retake. Safety is the one who is in the disadvantage now. Lucky just continues to play with them, walking back and forth around. There's the first, but the time's ticking down. Safety goes through and takes down Lucky for the clutch! And that is just the isolation you want to see in a 1 versus 2 situation like that. Safety just finds those picks. No problem at all. It looked almost casual, Kappa.
Let's give the salute where the salute's necessary. One piece of skill there, the fake drop. The fake drop is a fundamental if you're going to get anywhere in a 2 versus 1. And that's exactly what we saw there from Safety. Fake drop at Heaven. That, I think, might have debated to shuffle from Hell. And, that is going to be John. John kind of, pardon me, John. That's going to be Argos. Switch over to the other Sova. But either way, great 2 versus 1. That's going to get the confidence boost for the defenders.
9-6 now. Like you say, Delaware on that defensive side. Ooh, Kingpin finds an early kill. A huge value, has to be said, onto Relay. Delaware's chances of winning the round just went way down. If history is any indication. Comes Argos with the tag. They won't be able to find the spam after John drops down, but Yellow Bros goes over with the parkour. John goes down and B-side is open.
Spike planted.
Look at Johnny Silverhand as well, ready for Brown Balla right here. Just completely a thorn in the side of that retake. Yeah, it's just so difficult to do. Johnny Silverhand does go down, but this retake is over before it even began. You know, just because of Johnny Silverhand's position, they get slowed way down. They cannot hit this site whatsoever. Gotta back off and save that weaponry.
Such a shame off of what was looking like a bit of breath of fresh air, some hope off that 2 versus 1. Not hope is lost though. Still some gas in the tank. Still some credit on the credit card to exert some funds. But how much is that balance going to be? Let's have a look as we go in. Double figures achieved here for Marist. And yeah, it's looking a bit close to the limit for the credit card of Delaware.
Yes, absolutely. We are getting close to maxed out there. And yeah, you can already see, like, there's a decision to be made right here about what to go for. You got 2 Hero Vandals. That's probably all you can afford. Obviously, one's going on to Relay. Javster to pick up the other. Javster pretty quiet so far in the game.
Is that the play, though? Is that the play to get the heroes? Do you just save for the full by next round? It's
yeah,
such
you
a
gotta
difficult
save
choice.
It is a difficult choice, but I think this is the right one. You know, forcing up into SMGs, it just doesn't feel like it's going to work right now. There's Javster getting the info, getting a little tag. There's the Cosmic Divide. B is the play. There's a lot of players already for Delaware to rotate over. Still stuck in B main. When will they push out, or will they? Backing right off. And the onus is on the Killjoy here to pick off those players in mid. Brown Balla only holding onto the classic, but a right click here. No, the miss! Brown Balla still gets it. Can you recover the gun? 20 HP remaining. That's a big deal to grab that frag. But you need a lot more than that.
This is for... Oh, I spoke too soon. The caster's curse. The only time I'll deliver it here today. 4 versus 3. Make it... Oh, everything's dwindling.
Relay.
It's dwindling away from Marist. This late rotation. It's not happening.
And University of Delaware might pull out a magnificent round right here. You know, just really, really nice. Just funneling Marist into exactly where they knew they could take advantage. Bramballa only needed that one kill to shut down this A approach. And the spike is on the ground. You can just keep jiggling this forever. 13 seconds left. Yellow Bros can't do anything. And Relay to finish off. Of course, it's Relay. University of Delaware. That's a nice play. It's a really, really nice... It's not just individual skill, right? That was the...
No.
They corralled Marist into exactly where they needed them to be to win that round.
Call him a snake charmer, call him a
Placing
cattle herder. They're doing everything they need to. That was sensational to watch.
And I love the way
two
they...
Vandals.
Yep, two Vandals, but I love the way they played around the Cosmic Divide. They see that Cosmic Divide go down. It's the same one they used for the B hit before. This time, Brownballa knows hiding behind that Astro Wall is not a thing you will be normally checking if you get back through. So they dissuade the push into B. They funnel at least one player back into mid. Brownballa gets the free kill with the Classic. You've already got an advantage because you traded way better material there to take a rifle out of their hands. Then Relay, of course, with the hero flash over from Wine. So yeah, I just love that round from Delaware, but it's not at all over yet. 10-7, still Marist in the lead. Argos to drone in. A is the site to be taken, and they're going all in on this.
There's Relay. Relay really started to feel leading the charge, and John follows suit. Brownballa gets the 1-2. It's a 4 versus 2. Marist not quite through. Hunters 3 coming through for Argos.
And 3 versus 2, Delaware in the lead. Johnny Silverhand gets caught with his pants down. And Argos is the only player remaining, and he's just revealed himself with that arrow. So here come the shock darts, 5 HP. Argos gets out of that one, but it's out over for you, my friend.
30
Those
seconds
shocks. Life flashing before your eyes if you're Argos. No armor, 5 HP, no util. You got a Vandal though, so... Bleak. Glimmer of hope. Oh, the recon coming through gives away position. Yeah, that's night. See you later. I don't think we're going to see a save here from Argos. If we do,
10 seconds left.
he's definitely getting a gold star from me. One frag would be nice here. Oh, the Odin. Oh, the wall spray. Okay.
Argos,
Oh,
no!
no!
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Tragic. Just turn tail and run, my dude. That's rough. Here comes the Marist timeout, actually. With Delaware making a great little comeback in this half. You know, it's the defensive side that has really benefited them. Relay just popping off more than ever. 25 kills.
Goodness me.
And
had a
yeah...
quiet start from Relay too. Like those first couple of rounds, you didn't really see too much. And
well, besides the
Sleeper
pistol
Agents
round.
away.
Pistol round was 3 frags for Relay, but they didn't win, so it's easy to forget. Yeah.
And Kingpin with the reverse 3K to actually take that.
Yeah,
and
that one was hard to remember for sure because Kingpin was the
stole the limelight, really.
the hero or the villain of that round, depending on how you slice it. But timeout from Marist, will it have the same impact as Delaware's timeout did? Because Delaware's timeout got them 3 rounds right off the bat, you know. So if Marist get the same amount of value, they're winning this map. But that is not how it works, of course. It's a lot more nuanced than that.
Where did that energy, that momentum go from the likes of Kingpin, from the likes of Yellow Bros? When on the defender side, we saw such vigor, we saw such velocity and ferocious nature. Where'd it go? They don't really seem to have that edge. Obviously on the save now, so this one, just another think tank round, really. See what they can do, plan for the next. They've got that loss bonus in their favor as well. And that's what I'm talking about. Good use of the ultimate, tour de force to the face, actually to the body. Gets first blood here for Marist.
Well, good use of both ults because you heard that jet ult come through. That made the crosshair go up because you expect the jet jump, then the chamber peaks.
Right.
I don't know if it was planned like that, but I got to assume it was, and that's so sick if it was because it's really, really nice. Yeah, and just the dry peek gets him easily. The drone doesn't spot for the attacker's side, but John does manage to spot one. Still tour de force coming out. And something to be concerned about. Relay goes for the headshot, does get the dink, but Yellow Bros gets out of the way. And throws in a knife for his troubles. Argos now to push forward with the frenzy. Mid control also being given up by Delaware. You're seeing this more and more just in general. It's, you know, I always comment on it because it's always something to look out for, but it's pretty standard now to play very passive in mid. for the defenders on Ascent.
Right, give up the mid control, anchor your sights, right? And anchor your sights, definitely right. If you're relay, gives up the light, gives up the flag. I think they're coming to the B-boys.
Enemy down.
Oh, Kingpin wasn't ready for a little snake in the grass right there. John standing up top, Safety as well to find the kill, and it's now the favored Delaware. Johnny Silverhand, rough miss there, and again doesn't get one. It's Yellow Bros having to pick up the pieces, and Yellow Bros is alone. What can you get here? Nothing! The Odin reigns supreme, and Yellow Bros goes down 10-9 as Delaware creep closer and closer to tying this match up. The first map. This is Delaware's pick, by the way, Ascent. So you're hoping to see the comeback here. You're hoping to see that defensive side being prepped so that they know that even with a 7-5 deficit, which isn't that much to begin with, they can ensure that they can get back into this one. And now it's not just Relay popping off. We're seeing Brown Balla. We're seeing John. We're seeing some frags come through from the entire squad here. The only quiet one, Kappa, interestingly enough, is that Jet. Javster only had 4 kills. Very quiet. Hasn't been, his services haven't really been required.
Yeah, I've seen that. That is something that caught my eye, and the Sage and the Jet both anchored in that bottom frag considerably. Sage versus the Sky on this map, such a niche hit, the Sage here, and I think Sky will viable. And I say I know from the stats to show outside of the game
Sky
and in the server right now, Sky's the way. Sky is the future of the healer, and that's a conversation for another day. Right now, though, can that Chamber diff versus the KJ plays a Sentinel hit to get Marist a step further into lead.
Javster spots the
They
barrel.
saw the rifle. They saw the barrel.
Yep, Javster is aware of that position, and I believe that Javster knows. Yep, there we go. Johnny Silverhand, dry peek. Javster already primed and ready. Now with the dry peek of their own, but Argos, it doesn't go down. There's the res. Wall comes up. Javster is ready for any sort of errant peeking, but it's not going to be given over this time. No, Javster's still waiting. Will Johnny Silverhand peek again? 2 kills! Javster says, I'll do it twice if you want me to. Johnny Silverhand goes down. 20 seconds left in the round, and Delaware holds strong.
Players stand strong. Killers anchoring their opponents into the grass as they go through like sinking sand. 3 versus 2, 6 seconds. This round's looking through.
Plant is coming down. They got it in time. Will they be able to get anything from it, though? Argos goes down. The villain and the henchman coming through. Kingpin and Argos. What can you find out of this one? Javster still trying to find form with the op. Here is the drone to get some more info. Javster will pop the Blade Storm. 21 HP on Argos. Kingpin underneath. John is just, the game of inches right here. Peeks back and forth. Kingpin for 1. Kingpin tries to find another one, but Javster will take him down. And that's going to be Delaware to equalize 10-10.
Delaware, they are just the most aware. They had a poor start to this game. Things were not looking good at the half. They really, really weren't. It was 9-5, even within this second half. So the second half, once more, had that chance to bounce back, and they've taken it with both hands. They have clambered their way to the top. It's 10-10, double figures apiece. And for Marist, they've got to be pulling their hair out right now.
You know, somebody in chat earlier on when they were down something like 9-2, or when they were down, not 9-2, but when they were down 6-1 or something like that, I saw somebody in chat say Delaware, as in W-H-E-R-E. I think we found them, folks. I think Delaware has shown up, and here they are. They are showing us everything right now. 10-10 is the score, and it's off of, multiple different things. Firepower coming through, tactics coming through, the ability to play the map really well, the specifically Ascent-specific strategies that are coming through, and the Cosmic Divide to give access to the site. This time going to be a 5 versus 5 retake. Kingpin backing off towards that A main area. Here's the Lockjaw to get them off the site. This is all. There's going to be the push coming up. It's very important that Johnny Silverhand doesn't get locked down here, and does manage to get out. So the entire site is open. 2 players have been detained, and the defuse starts.
Defuse underway. It's going to be a stick here too, I think. The bot comes in. The bot's not going to be enough, and all the bodies going to drop. The reverse sweep in this case. Marist, great intent. to get onto site, but the post plant, they just weren't ready for the lockdown full send off of that lockdown. They didn't just wait or just focus one player. They were straight in with intent to defuse.
Lockdown versus Cosmic Divide. In this situation, the Lockdown comes out victorious and no Hunter's Fury to deny. And so Delaware take the lead for the first time. And their map pick is looking more and more within reach, with Relay continuing to pop off 27 kills on the Sky.
30 bomb. Most certainly a 30 bomb before this game is done. I'd be
calling it?
disappointed. I'm calling it right now. I'd be extremely disappointed if we don't see it. The jump peak, Argos.
Anybody taking that bet in chat? 30 bomb coming out from Relay, or are they going to shut him down? Is the
30
question.
bomb bet. Who says?
Who's
Who
taking
wants?
Kappa up on this?
Someone.
Let me hear you. But in any case, we know that Relay has done an incredible job this game, and you know, playing as a true entry fragger in a lot of these situations, right? Yellow Bros now in danger. Relay to spam through. That's one closer. Odds just went up. 5 versus 4 for Delaware, up against you know, sort of an eco for Marist.
Lucky. Reserved onto that Spectre. Better times not to be seen. Not when a wallbang comes through. John with the wallbang with the Odin. Jav, the operator.
Enemy remaining.
Odin mids.
Spike down A.
And it's looking like match point. It's on the doorstep here for Delaware.
30 seconds left.
Delaware 1 kill away from map point on their map pick. We go to Haven next, regardless. The pick of Marist College.
Do they dare, Delaware?
Yeah, Johnny's got to save for potentially
10
the last
seconds left.
round. You just got to sit here. There's nothing. The correct play is to not touch your keyboard or your mouse right now. Maybe your mouse, but not your keyboard.
Take off the headset, unplug the mouse. No, not at all.
Yeah.
But definitely step it back a bit. You know, sit back in the chair and just.
Johnny, I don't know. It goes up. I guess
risky.
they were. You can see the money. They did have enough, so all good for Johnny to walk up that way. But a 12-10 scoreline. Map point. After a 6-1 start on the defender's side for Marist College, Delaware has pulled this one back in, you know, a very, very impressive fashion. But Relay continues to shine through. Continues to, you know, blind us. Their skill on the Sky, and John
33.
takes a bunch of damage early. The Odin has been responded to with Odin. John taking that little ratty spot up top on the site. What can John find from it this time?
They're going straight in. They've seen they've had a bit of success from this before. The ice
Got
ball does
one.
come down. That's gonna
Got
give it
two.
some control. Relays here.
Got
as well.
three.
Finish things up. It's all down to one player.
Oh, John. On 33 HP, the Odin might be the final nail in the coffin, and it's Brown Balla to finish it off. 13-10. A stunning comeback from Delaware on their map pick. Excellent work there by Delaware to go up 1-0 in this quarterfinal. This is single elimination, folks. This is all you get this series once you made it through the group stage.
Do you know
And
why I'm
so-
upset right now?
I know exactly why you're upset, Kappa, and anybody in chat, call it out. Who bet against Kappa? Because the money is yours. We didn't specify what we were betting on, but 29 frags. Relay, heartbroken, but I think you'll get over it, Kappa.
I think so, especially with the overall scoreline. It's 13-10.
Yeah.
It was 6-1 down. You said 6-1, but let's just put it forward a second. I think it was 6-2 at a point. The tactical timeout came through, and the rest is history. Like, a sensational comeback and something to be proud of. But it's not over yet. More matches within this best of 3 before things will be under wraps. And just to confirm, Delaware's pick able to get the comeback in real nice there. And I'm not going to say a comeback quick. That was a slow, methodical comeback. They were able to break down the strategy that were being put down there. And I really can't salute them enough. Really good first game from Delaware.
Yeah, absolutely true. A banger on both sides, but Delaware comes out on top. Will the map pick wins continue as we move to Haven after the break?